I'm going to show you three applications now: Console, Activity Monitor, and Terminal, that can help you in troubleshooting problems you may have on the Mac. These are things that you may want to do. They are also more likely things that a technician or support person may ask you to do. Console is an application that keeps track of messages that are logged by the operating system and application programs. There is a log list over here, and these are the different logs that Console is tracking, and they are continually updated as things occur on your computer. And you'll see there's a wide variety of these logs. Each application has its own log, and there are communications logs, security logs, a wide variety of logs, and if someone is trying to help you, they will tell you what logs to look at. Now here inside the library, there will be logs for specific types of applications. Panic is something that happens internally in the computer. It's not you. It's when the operating system keeps running around in circles. These are logs. You see the tilde. These are logs for your own individual account operations, such as syncing with .Mac if it's turned on. The system log is the most basic log, saying what has happened, particularly with reference to error conditions. And you'll see all messages. Most of these are either errors or conditions that are unexpected, and what you can do is go through there and help pick out the items that may be useful. You need to know a good deal about what's happening inside the computer to make sense of this, but if you do, or even if you don't, if you want to look at the log, if something strange is happening on the computer, it may give you a clue as to what is going on. Anytime you see NS, that stands for Next Step, which is the precursor operating system of Mac OS X, and NS calls are very, very deep down in the operating system. So Console may be something that you want to look at if something is going on the computer that you don't understand. Now Console lets you know what's happening. We'll quit from that. But the Activity Monitor shows you what's happening. This is what's happening on the computer. Each of these is a process, a task that is running, and you'll see that it's continually updated here. What's useful here is if you are having peculiar problems with the computer, it may give you a clue as to what's going on. And there's unexplained slowdowns, weird behaviors. And what I've done now is, at great personal sacrifice, I have screwed up my printer. There is something wrong with this printer, and the print queue is stalled. I know how to do this. It involves, screwing up the airport connection to the wireless printer. And here I'm looking at the percent of CPU time that each task is taking. And the print job should not be up here at the top. First of all, the print job should come and go. But when it's up here, I know that the printer has gotten in trouble. And the way that I restore this is, if you have a printer that's hung or something of that nature, especially something that involves the network, the easiest thing to do, it's the most drastic, but if there aren't a lot of people on the network, it's the fastest. Shut down everything. Shut down every computer and every hub and every wireless printer and so forth. Shut them all down for a couple of seconds and then restart. And the reason is that over these networks, messages are retried if they don't get through, and you can get into a situation where you may turn off a computer, but there's a message out there that's going to bounce back from a hub to the computer when the computer is turned on, and then you turn off something else and the messages can still float around. So powering everything off and then back on will help. So we know there's something wrong with this task. What's also important to look at is how many things are running on Mac OS X at one time. These are all tasks that are running now. Most of them are just sitting there. They're not using up any CPU time, and they're using virtual memory, which is on disk, so it doesn't really take much time. Not much is happening here, but you can see the main things that are running are the Activity Monitor application, which is what's running here. Most applications take very, very little computer time, and you can look at different types of activities and tasks that are running on the computer. You can look at disk activity, network activity. So if something is slowing down, use Activity Monitor to look and get at least a rough indication of what might be the culprit.